in Canadian history. It all started with my mom, who was born in 1964 and was raised in Bangladesh. In 1988, my mom and her younger siblings were sponsored by her older sister to immigrate to Canada. They decided to leave Bangladesh because my grandfather had just passed away and they wanted to start a new life in Canada. Also, my mom had life-threatening asthma and the pollution in the country was not good for her. Also, her doctor advised her to move to Canada because of the better health care. After she had immigrated, she was open to many job opportunities Canada had to offer. In 1990, my mom had sponsored my dad to come to Canada and they got married in the same. My first defining moment was when I was born on April 23rd, 1999. A Canadian defined moment that took place at almost the same time was the new territory of Nunavut was created on April 1st, changing the Canadian map after 20 years. And the international defining moment was the euro currency was introduced. My second defining moment was when I was able to take my first steps at the age of 1 in the year 2000. A Canadian defining moment that took place in the year 2000 was House of Commons passes Clarity Act outlining conditions for another Quebec separation referendum. And an international defining moment that took place at the same year was when the U.S. Supreme Court rules that the government lacks authority to regulate tobacco as an addictive drug, throwing up the Clinton administration's main anti-smoking initiative. My third defining moment was when I was able to speak a couple of words, which was at the age of 2 in the year 2001. An international defining moment that took place in 2001 was when 9/11 occurred. In 9/11, terrorists attacked the United States. They hijacked 4 airplanes in mid-flight. The terrorists flew 2 of the planes into 2 skyscrapers at the World Trade Center in New York City. The impact caused the buildings to catch fire and collapse. And the Canadian defining moment that took place in 2001 was when Quebec City hosts the Summit of the Americas. 34 heads of state and government from every country in the Americas, except Cuba, meet to discuss the creation of a free trade area. My fourth defining moment was when I was first started playing soccer at the age of 4 in 2003. An international defining moment that took place in 2003 was when U.S., British, Australian, and Polish troops invaded Iraq. Also, a Canadian defining moment that took place in 2003 was when Jean Chrétien retires as Prime Minister and is replaced by Paul Martin. My fifth defining moment was when I won my first boxing tournament in 2007. The international defining moment that took place in 2007 was Apple debuted the first iPhone. A Canadian defining moment that took place in 2007 was when Stephen Harper becomes the first Canadian Prime Minister since Confederation. My sixth defining moment was in 2009 when my cousin got married. An international defining moment that took place was Barack Obama became president. Also, a Canadian defining moment that took place in 2009 was a free trade agreement between Canada and the European Free Trade Association. Countries of Iceland, Norway, and Switzerland received royal assent. My last defining moment was when I went to Dubai for the first time in 2010. A Canadian defining moment that took place in 2010 was Canada wins its 14th gold in the 2010 Winter Olympics, making it the most gold ever won by one country. Our international defining moment that took place in 2010 was when Ethiopian Airlines Flight 409 crashes into the Mediterranean Sea.